Hi there, fight fans. My name is Kian Lang, and I'm very happy to say that I'm today joined by PFL welterweight Chequina Noso Pedro. Hopefully, I've said that name right, brother. How are we doing today, man?
Yeah, I'm doing great, man. Thank you. Thank you for the invite.
Thank you very much for joining me. Of course, we're a few days removed from the fight now. How's the body feeling? It was a pretty tough 3-round, quite high paced action. So, how's the body feeling?
Yeah, the body is feeling actually well. I came the fight in already with a minor injury. Like I think had some bruises on my rib, and I was worried about that before the fight. But like now, I just have like I think my nose is still a little bit hurt. But I think on Saturday it will be healed everything. So yeah, feeling good.
And that's great to hear. And looking at the fight, of course, going into it, you're facing such a high level, undefeated prospect like Khamzat Abaev. I mean, 5-0 as a professional. I believe he's a man you know very well. I spoke to Alan van der Merk last week, and he said it was quite difficult for him because he likes both of you. He did lean your side, but he said it was difficult. So how was it facing someone that you know and that you like a lot?
Yeah, shout out to Alain. Alain is a friend of mmine who I train with, who also helped me during the training camp, camp and in fight week. So shout out to Alain. Yeah, I was not known with. I did not know my opponent Abaev. I just heard about him, from people he trained with, like for example Alain, that he's a good fighter, and yeah, I saw that on on Saturday. I um, I expected him to be a little bit less experienced, but like yeah, I discovered something else during the fight, that he was very sharp, and yeah, I think he will, after this fight, he will learn from this and he will do much better. A few adjustments, and I think he can do better than that.
I mean, it was such an impressive performance from yourself. I watched it with one of my friends, and we were both saying that you really have the makings of a man who can go very far in the sport. You know, your record is now, I believe, 10-4, but feels like you're better than that record almost, and that can always
Yeah,
happen in the fight game.
yeah, definitely. I had, for example, the first PFL fight, which I still think I won 100% because I watched the fight like 6 times, and I don't get like how the judges gave the fight to him. I won the first and second round, and third round I lost, but yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I came in this fight that I knew that I would fight against like a hometown guy. It's always difficult doing that, and I knew I had to beat him convincingly. And what I thought beforehand is that I would finish him, because I already had it in my head. Like after the third round, I think I can definitely grab his neck and finish him. But like unfortunately, and luckily for him, he escaped. He did it very well, because I had him in Anaconda, and I thought like, okay, this is just a finish. Normally I finish from there, but he did well. So yeah.
I'm very happy that you've mentioned the Ibrahim Amane fight there because I was going to ask you about that. I mean, I had it the exact same 29-28, but you know, don't focus on the past. But what felt different this time around, getting another opportunity in the PFL and this time coming out on top?
I think it was more pressure on this fight because my opponent was much more known, and Mane was like a good fighter, but I didn't really fear like the power that he had. I knew he was like explosive, and he was very strong, physically strong, but like, yeah, I thought I could deal with that like more easily. But like this opponent, he had like the power, a lot of power, and yeah, I had to find a way to deal with that. And he was definitely the hardest puncher that I fought with in my career. So yeah, it's also a good experience for me to have been able to fight against such a guy. He was a little bit green, as I said, like because of course he has 6 fights. But I also told him after the fight, it didn't look like a guy who just had 5 fights. If I look back at my own career, when I at my fifth win, I was not fighting like him. So he's very. I think he's yeah, he's going to get there definitely with some adjustments. Yeah, he's a good fighter, man. I really like. We were very respectful towards each other also during the fight week. So I'm always happy about that, because of course talking trash is fun and it's cool and all, but I know what kind of sacrifices he made. and I know what kind of sacrifice I made to be able to perform like that. So why would you not respect your fellow fighter? You know, of course, everyone wants to sell tickets, but I don't know. It's just it's for me strange, man. The way MMA is going, you know, like talking trash all the time. You can joke with each other, but like at the end of the day, you should have respect for each other, you know, because you're both putting so much effort in realizing your dreams with this crazy career that we chose, you know, fighting. And yeah, I only can respect him.
I mean, that to me is very refreshing to hear. I know I agree with what you say there. It feels like MMA is going in a direction where it's almost become more about your personality than your fighting ability, which to me is quite sad because I'm a fan of the sport. I'm not a fan of personalities or anything like that. I'm a fan of just the sport. So that's really great to hear. And you mentioned the crowd before and fighting in his hometown in Brussels, I mean, in his home country. That crowd sounded pretty lively the whole evening. I mean, I heard the booze coming down. How was that experience for you?
Yeah, I really knew it because when I fought in Paris last year, I had the same, and I already like managed visualized myself walking in there, and it would be like a lot of loud boos, you know. So for this fight, it was not different. I already knew like it would be crazy. They will boo me, but I actually liked it because maybe you saw it when I walked in. And I start hearing the boost, you know, when my walkout song, I started laughing, and it was like, okay, this is exactly how I visualized it, and yeah, this is going to be something, man.
I mean, I wanted to ask you about that because you seem so calm walking out. I mean, a lot of guys had different reactions to the booze. There were guys that kind of played into it, guys that seemed to be pumped up, and you just seemed so relaxed walking out. That did you feel that in the moment?
Yeah, I felt very relaxed, like all the time when I make that walk. Beforehand, I'm still thinking, but when I make the walk, it's just business time and time to go. And I was very confident that I would win, you know. And of course, during the fight, a lot of things happened. I got my nose bust up like the first 2 minutes. My nose started bleeding, like there at the bridge of my nose. I had some blood coming out. Um, so I had to deal with that. It was also the first time in 14 fights that my nose started bleeding. I never had that before, so it was something to deal with, and but I overcame it. So I'm very happy about that.
And now getting this big win, what's next for you? What's the future for you? I imagine you want another fight as soon as possible in the PFL. Is that the plan?
Yeah, I already talked with Dan, and I told him like, "Hey, let's go, man. I'm not injured. I just got like some minor things, but within week, 2 weeks, I think it should be okay with some rest. And I want to get back there as soon as possible, man. And yeah, they told me they have a date for me, so I don't know if I can say it already, but like they are working on it. So I will be back soon.
Well, that's very exciting to hear. And I really wanted to ask as well about the weight cut. I saw on your Instagram a little bit of the process, a little piece of the process, but how is that process for you? I know for most guys, the weight cut is almost the bit of fighting that is the worst bit.
For me, to be honest, it's not that hard. Yeah, maybe just because my mindset, but because I have a good preparation. I think it's all about the preparation, and then the weight cut itself. Yeah, you just have to do it, man. Don't yeah, don't be a sissy, and just do it, you know. And that's actually what I always do. But my preparation for it was good, and that makes it actually much easier if you are disciplined. Yeah.
Perfect. And what was your start in this sport? I'm really interested. I know you left Angola at a very young age due to some conflict that was going on there, moved to Holland. How did you find MMA and how has this impacted your life?
Well, I found it through UFC. I was watching a lot of UFC fights, George St. Pierre and John Jones. Like he was my favorite fighter, and Anderson Silva as well. I used to watch a lot of UFC on TV and The Ultimate Fighter, and that's actually how I found MMA. And then first I was playing football when I was younger. I played it till I was 20 years old, and then after I was like, I'm done with this team sport because there are always people who don't give 100%, you know, and I'm not like that. I'm very like my mentality has always been like just giving your full attention and just give 100% to the things that you do. And yeah, that so then walked in. I was studying in Rotterdam. I was living a little bit outside of Rotterdam, and I went to a gym called Ruthless Fight Company, which is still my gym now. And yeah, the first time I was sold, man, I was like, oh man, this is cool. I did not know that I would want to be like a professional fighter. I think I really chose this as a career path after my fourth pro win. Before that, I was just like training, and I was just eager from the start. You know, I started training 4 times a week when I was an amateur because I just liked doing it. You know, and that's actually how I fell in love with the sport. Yeah.
That's great to hear. I mean, you can kind of see your love for the sport when you fight. I think you really feel it through the screen. And looking forward as well. I mean, PFL is making a huge statement next month, going to South Africa, or this month even, going to South Africa and getting it in Cape Town, and then Johannesburg the month after. How important is that for African MMA? Because I know there's so many guys over there that we might never find out about because they just don't have the platform, they don't have the facility. So this is groundbreaking.
Yeah, I think it's really cool that they are doing that. I'm really thankful for PFL for going to Africa and giving also African fighters like a platform, because you have a lot of talent there, man. It's crazy when you. I always tell this story to my friends. Like I went to Angola and I was getting my hair cut when I had hair 5 years ago by this barber. And man, this guy was yoked up, man. And I told him like, bro, what did you do? And he told me just push-ups. I was like, man, that's crazy, man. Like these guys are, man, it's crazy. Like the physiques, and imagine those guys like fighting. You know, it's something to see. So I'm very happy that they are giving also opportunities to African fighters there to showcase them. Yeah.
I mean, it's so amazing. You see some of these guys that they're 3-0 or they're 4-0, and then they go out there into the cage, and it's just like a different level. Is growing the sport in Africa something that's important to you? I know Angola specifically.
hmm Yeah, it's cool. We also now talking with some Angolese gyms to bring me over there to do some training with them. So yeah, we are working on that, and I'm very happy. There are also some other Angolan fighters now getting their shine. You know, I believe Shido is he's called. He's also fighting. He's fighting Mane actually. He's and another Angolan guy. He's fighting in the tournament. So yeah, it's cool to see also other fighters, countrymen, getting their shine. Yeah.
Well, Chequina, it's been a real pleasure for me to speak to you today. I can't thank you enough for your time. That was a heck of a performance on Saturday, and I really
Thank
can't
you.
wait for the next one. So
Thank
thank you
you.
very
Appreciate
much,
it.
man.
Thank you very much, man.